New developments today on the attack in Ukraine. President Joe Biden announced the U.S. is sending more anti-aircraft, anti-armor weapons, and drones to Ukraine to help in its defense against Russia. Now, this comes as the president announced an additional $800 million in military assistance to Ukraine. Now, Russia's attacks, they have not stopped. Apartment buildings, a theater where hundreds of people were sheltering, they were hit. All across Ukraine, it looks like this. The damage is extensive. Now, Ukraine's President Zelenskyy addressed members of the U.S. Congress today. He called for a humanitarian no-fly zone over Ukraine. He told lawmakers, "We need you right now," and challenged President Biden to be the leader of peace.
We are fighting for the values of Europe and the world, sacrificing our lives in the name of the future.
President Biden declared today Russian President Vladimir Putin is a war criminal. It's the strongest words he's used since the Russian onslaught began nearly 3 weeks ago.
American lawmakers gave the Ukraine president a long-standing ovation after he spoke to them and the nation this morning. First News senior reporter Jerry Ricciuti has local reaction to the U.S. response.
Finishing his address before a nationwide audience as well as a crowded room of lawmakers, the Ukrainian president spoke in English, calling out his American counterpart.
I wish you to be the leader of the world. Being the leader of the world means to be the leader of peace.
The president's 20-minute speech included a heartbreaking video showing the damage that's been caused to his country the last 3 weeks. Ohio Senator Rob Portman told reporters the Biden administration has been too slow to act.
What we need to do is change our approach. We need to be more creative and quickly in providing the Ukrainians what they need to protect themselves.
Portman spent the weekend in Poland meeting with Ukrainian refugees. He says they, like Zelenskyy this morning, pleaded for weapons to protect themselves, tougher sanctions against Russia, but also for equipment to create their own no-fly zone over Ukrainian territory. Valley Congressman Tim Ryan tells me he can't understand why it's taken so long.
This is about giving them the weapons that they need, the planes that they need to defend themselves. And I'm fully supportive of that, and we got to get on the stick. It should have been done, weeks ago.
Portman and his fellow senators promised to continue pressing the White House to do more for Ukraine. Jerry Ricciuti, WKBN 27 First News.
Coverage of the attack on Ukraine continues tonight. The CBS News team is covering the angles in America and overseas. Look for their stories starting at 6:30.